Okay, everybody, let's talk about Creed 2. Now, I'm gonna start off with the things that I do like, then the things that I don't like, and I'm gonna give you my final review. Now, there's a lot of things that I liked about this movie. Michael B. Jordan's performance, for one, I thought he did a great job. He brought a lot of emotion. He brought some of that Killmonger emotion over to this, but he's the nice guy this time. He doesn't play the villain, okay? So I thought his performance was really strong. I thought the chemistry between him and Tessa Thompson was really, really good, very believable. You felt invested in him and her as a couple, and you watched their relationship grow, especially as she's dealing with being in a relationship with a fighter, right? So it kind of shows you that side as well. The dynamics between him and Sylvester Stallone, Rocky, very much the same as before. They pretty much, Rocky plays like a father figure to him. What you will find in this movie is that they don't really focus too much on the boxing side of things. They really focus more on the personal side of Adonis, right? You don't really see how fights are built up or the whole promotional side of things. And no, they kind of skip through a lot of that. The fights just happen and it just kind of goes from there, right? So what I really loved about this movie is it kept me interested, right? Normally I go to movies and sometimes there's parts in the movies where, and we all I'm sure do it, where the movie kind of drops off a little bit, right? And that's when you start looking at your Apple Watch, seeing the alerts that was buzzing on your wrist. You start maybe checking through your phone, check your messages and things like that, right? And then the movie picks up again, you put the phone away, right? You're not gonna really, I didn't have that experience with this movie, okay? I found myself very, very much engaged in it. I didn't look away or anything like that. Even though this is a movie that's over 2 hours, I felt like it just paced really well. And before you knew it, it was like, damn, this movie's done. And I wanted more of it. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that Ryan Coogler did not direct this movie, right? He definitely directed the first one, Creed. Some of you guys know him out there. He did Black Panther as well. So he's really rising up in the ranks. You will see a difference in style between him and the current directors for this movie. I know Sylvester Stallone had more of a heavy hand in the directing with this one as well. So you will see the difference between the two in that regard and how things were shot. I thought this one was a bit more of a Hollywood feel, where Creed I thought was more of a gritty, it was, I could tell the budget was different. If I had to look, I'm pretty sure that they had a bigger budget on Creed 2 than they did on Creed 1, because it kind of shows with some of the shots that they took. It was a bit more dynamic versus Creed 1. Now, those are all the things that I liked. Now, let's go into the things that I don't like about this movie. I don't like that it is typical, okay? I'm not even spoiling it for anybody. I'm saying if you've seen any of the other Rockies, or even to a degree Creed 1, this kind of picks up and it's the same thing. It's the same storyline. I wish that they would have gave us a little bit of a curveball here or there. Everything was pretty much gone the way you expected it to go, all right? He's still battling demons from his father and that relationship there, where Rocky kind of plays his father figure. So you still kind of see that dynamic going on. I also feel like, going back to what I said before in terms of the pacing, in terms of the boxing aspect of it, they just kind of some things just happen very quickly. And I think that they tried to, what they tried to do is that they tried to show you the passing of time using the baby that he has in the movie, right? And so it's just, things just kind of happen very, very quickly for me. It seemed a bit rushed in that regard. Another thing that I didn't like is who they casted for Ivan Drago, Ivan Drago's son. I feel like, and I watch boxing, right? A lot of people think it was more about the size difference. And I've seen boxing matches where some guys just look bigger than others, especially once you start looking at the heavyweight division, which I believe at the weight that these guys were fighting at, I think that they're supposed to be portrayed as heavyweights, right? Or even maybe light heavyweights. But I feel like this guy was just too muscular, man. He looked more like a bodybuilder. And in boxing, you don't really train that way, right? You train more for speed. You want to have power, but everybody know the power come from your legs. He seemed a bit stiff, right? And if you look back at the other, like the old Rocky version where Rocky faced Ivan Drago was lean though. He was bigger than Rocky, but he was lean. You know, he could pass off as a boxer. This guy, I'm saying to myself, dude, you were just moving way too slow, man. You just seem like a just really blown out, right? And so that's where I think the director for this one was looking to kind of take similarities from the other Rocky movie, where they just wanted a guy that just towered over Michael B. Jordan. And I figure you could get somebody tall, but the man could have at least looked like, you know, he boxed a little bit and not look like he spent most of the time, you know, bodybuilding. But that's just me. Also, another thing I didn't really, you know, the father didn't really do much. Ivan Drago, the relationship between him and his wife, I mean, you do get to see how it affected him after losing to Rocky and how he kind of lost everything. So what you'll find here is that you have the protagonist and the antagonist both are invested, right? There's something that they want. He wasn't just a villain just to be a villain. This is a guy who's fighting for something as well. So you have two wills colliding. And so I you know, that was good, but I felt like they could have delved a little. There was room in this movie to have more of a personality for Ivan Drago's son, as well as a little bit more into the backstory, right? I wish they could have gone more into the son, because I found myself not really caring much about him because he didn't really talk much. He just seemed angry all the time. And you know why he was angry, but it's just like, talk, you know, give me something, give me some words, give me some actions, give me something more than that. Like, I felt like they could have done that, but I guess they were just going for the typical feel of just, you know, just angry, you know, villain who just wants to destroy him at all costs. And hey, it is what it is. But that's it. I mean, those are the only things that I didn't like about this movie. Overall, I give it, I'm gonna say 3.5 stars out of 5. Okay, 3.5. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4. I'm gonna give it 4 stars because I would watch it again. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I would watch it again. I think it was a great move to drop this movie during this week of Thanksgiving. A lot of people are gonna be going out there watching the movie, hopefully before dinner's ready, or they'll watch it on Friday or the weekend. So I think that they should do some pretty good numbers. All right, so let me know down below when you watch this movie what you think. What was your thoughts? Hit that thumbs up button, share with your friends, hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I do reviews like this occasionally as well as other things, so check my page out, check the playlist out. Peace and love, you guys. Oh, before I go, take a look at my Patreon. I do have some perks there, some benefits there for some other things that you may like on this channel. So definitely the link is below. Shout out to all the people that do decide to contribute. Peace and love. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.